Hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm here to help you with your U.S. citizenship interview. Today, I'm going over the 100 civics questions by group with the simplest answer to remember. So, find a comfy spot and let's get started. Let's first talk about some of the important documents that this country was built on. First question. What did the Declaration of Independence do? Declared our independence from Great Britain. What is the supreme law of the land? The Constitution. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? The Constitution was written. Pretty easy. What does the Constitution do? Sets up the government. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? We the people. What is an amendment? A change to the Constitution. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? The Bill of Rights. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Speech. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Name one of them. Any citizen can vote. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. All right, next up is rights and responsibilities. First, we're going to go over the rights and responsibilities for everyone living in the U.S. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. What are 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? Life and liberty. What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of speech and freedom of religion. What is freedom of religion? You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. All right, now let's go over the rights and responsibilities for only United States citizens. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? To be loyal to the United States. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? To vote in a federal election. Name one right that is only for United States citizens. To vote in a federal election. What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Vote or run for office? All right, now let's talk about all of the important positions in our government. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Joe Biden. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? Kamala Harris. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Mike Johnson. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? John Roberts. What is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Now, this depends on the state you live in. Each state has 2, and you can just choose one as your answer. Name your U.S. representative. Now, you only have one U.S. representative, and it's based on the zip code of your physical address. So make sure to look that up. And also, if your zip code has more than one, you'll have to type in your actual physical address to find your U.S. representative. Who is the governor of your state now? Now, this depends on which state you live in, but there's only one governor. Now let's talk about some historic figures. Who was the first president? George Washington. Who is the father of our country? George Washington. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. Who was president during World War I? Woodrow Wilson. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the Constitution. Name one of the writers. John Jay. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? World War II. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? He was a U.S. diplomat. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? He freed the slaves. What did Susan B. Anthony do? She fought for women's rights. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? He fought for civil rights. And don't get that confused with the Civil War. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? The Native Americans. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Crow. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? Africans. How are you doing so far? I hope you've gotten most of them correct. I wanted you to know if you need extra help, we offer live mock interviews on our website, so go check it out. All right, let's get back to the questions. Now let's talk about the parts of the government. Name one branch or part of the government. The President. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The President. Who signs bills to become laws? The President. Who vetoes bills? The President. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military? The President. What does the President's cabinet do? Advises the President. What are the two major political parties in the United States? Democratic and Republican. What is the political party of the President now? Democratic. If the President can no longer serve, who becomes President? The Vice President. If both the President and the Vice President can no longer serve, who becomes President? The Speaker of the House. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Checks and balances. Who makes federal laws? Congress. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? The Senate and the House of Representatives. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court. What does the judicial branch do? Reviews laws. What are two cabinet-level positions? Attorney General and Vice President. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? All the people of the state. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? Because they have more people. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? To print money. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? To give a driver's license. What is the economic system in the United States? Market economy. And here's a bonus question for you that is sometimes asked during the N400 interview. What is the form of government of the United States? Republic. All right, now let's move on to the numbers. Are you good at numbers? Let's see. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? 9. How many amendments does the Constitution have? 27. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? 435. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? 2. We elect a president for how many years? 4. We elect a U.S. senator for how many years? 6. So 2, 4, 6. All right, now let's go over the dates. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4th, 1776. When was the Constitution written? 1787. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? April 15th. When do we celebrate Independence Day? July 4th. In what month do we vote for president? November. When must all men register for the Selective Service? At age 18. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? 18 and older. All right, now let's go over the geography. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there are 50 states. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. There were 13 original states. Name 3. New York, New Jersey, and New Hampshire. Where is the Statue of Liberty? In the New York Harbor. Name one state that borders Canada. New York. Name one state that borders Mexico. California. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. The Mississippi River. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? The Pacific Ocean. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? The Atlantic Ocean. Name one U.S. territory. Guam. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. What is the capital of your state? This answer will vary, so make sure you look it up. All right, who's a history buff? We've saved the wars and events for last. Let's see how you do. What is one reason colonists came to America? Freedom. Why did the colonists fight the British? Because of high taxes. Nobody likes taxes. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The Civil War. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. Slavery. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed the slaves. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. World War II. Who did the United States fight in World War II? Japan, Italy, and Germany. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Communism. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? The Civil Rights Movement. What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. All right, last question. Name 2 U.S. national holidays. New Year's Day and my favorite, Christmas. All right, that's it. I hope this helped you, and good luck studying. check out my other videos too. Bye!